How's it going, everybody? My name is Bo, and I'm a home theater and movie enthusiast. And as you saw by the title, I have not been able to use my home theater for nearly 2 months until about a week ago. And I want to talk about that, why I couldn't use it, and then some of the issues, why it took so long, and then once I got it, back, you'll know in a second what I'm talking about, how much I missed being able to watch movies in my home theater. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to try to do this in one take. So if I make any mistakes, I'm just going to roll with it. First off, my projector sitting there on the projector mount. For 7.5 weeks, that was not there. My projector was in Texas for about 7 weeks, but it took a few days to get there, a few days to get back. And the reason was, long story short, somebody wants the full story, maybe I'll make a video on it, but the HDMI 1 port was acting up. This is actually the second projector I've gotten. My initial MP5 also had an HDMI issue. But anyway, that was 2.5 years ago or whatever. I've been using this. I've been using HDMI 2. I finally decided to contact JVC and get the issue resolved while I still had a warranty. I also mentioned that the sharpness when I'd go to focus the lens never quite got as sharp as I thought, so I put a little note. I took the projector down and I sent it off to Texas, and I figured a couple weeks it'd be there and then they'd send it back and I'd have my projector. This was beginning of August. I figured I'd have it by the end of August. That didn't happen. Basically, the repair place, it's America Pro Video or something like that, does all the service for JVC projectors. They had to order, or they decided to replace the main optical block, which I can't really edit in a video or a photo of that, but it's a pretty big piece of the projector's optical. I don't know, it's a bunch of lenses, a bunch of mirrors and stuff, or crystals. Anyway, they had to wait for that to come from Japan, and no one thought it'd be a good idea to tell me. So here I am, 5-6 weeks waiting. JVC guy wasn't giving me any good answers. Finally, I pressured him. He called them, and they had told him what happened. And 7.5 weeks later, I get the projector back. So that was a bit of a annoyance, frustration, whatever you want to call it. I was pretty annoyed. Anyway, so I get the projector back a week ago, pretty much today, and I've watched 8 movies already, and it was a tough 7.5 weeks for me, because the longest I've ever went without watching a movie in my room since 2020 was about 2 weeks. So, I was pretty disappointed. It was more of a just miscommunication. They would have just told me, hey, we're ordering this major part. It's going to take a few weeks. Bear with us. I would have been fine, but just no communication whatsoever, which was really disappointing. But like I just said, I'd never gone more than 2 weeks without using my room. So I was just like, it was rough. And then once I got the projector back, I had taken that day off that it was due to arrive, got it hooked up, got the alignment done, and to my pleasant surprise, the projector looked brand new, like there was no issues physically. And then when I hooked it up, the focus was definitely improved. The projector is sharper than it was before, which is a pretty decent upgrade over what it was, and I'm very happy. They did a great job, and it was just a lack of communication. So I just wanted to do this because I was thinking of doing like a long form edited video, but honestly I just want to watch movies right now, so I figured I'd just give a little update. The reason I didn't do a video like when I was at my peak frustration level was I wanted to see what the end result would be. Now, if this came back and it looked a little beat up and it wasn't fixed, or, wasn't any better, then I'd be really upset. I'd probably be moving on from JVC entirely. But because it came back in great condition and they seem to have done a great job, you know, I'm going to give them a pass. You know, it's already in the past for me because I've had the projector back a week and I've been enjoying it. So I have heard other people say they've had some issues with their JVC HDMI ports. One guy said both his ports went out, but his was past warranty. Never heard back from him on what was happening, but also somebody told me that they're a dealer of JVC, and there is some quality issues, you know, that they've seen with some of their customers. They've had, you know, have things fixed, and yeah. So I didn't know that before I bought my JVC, but just a word of warning, especially for the price of these things. I don't know why the HDMI port on my projector, both projectors I had, went out. But either way, it's great having being able to use my room again. Like I said, I watched 8 movies already in a week, and I'm going to watch a couple more right now. So yeah, it was a rough time, and I see quite a few people enjoyed the last video I made, which was with my buddy Brandon and his girlfriend Jessica, and they got to experience the home theater. And yeah, that was the only video I've had up on home theater content in almost 2 months. So just want to touch base, let you guys know what's going on. I'm going to do another video pretty soon. I'm thinking of making an upgrade, or I guess it's an upgrade. I'm thinking about buying a separate amp, an 11-channel Summit Hi-Fi amplifier, and adding that to power all my speakers, so I can set up the future of just getting a preamp processor. But not 100% on that, but I'm leaning more towards it than not at this point. So I'll do a video on that if I go that route. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below, have you had any issues with your JVC projector? And if so, what happened? Did they resolve it? And stuff like that. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to watch a couple movies, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.